All right, weather-wise here in the Northeast, it's all about the cold and the wind for us. Nothing extreme. It's like midwinter cold for us. I mean, we're sitting at 21 right now, but it's the wind, all about the wind this time of year. In the summer, when it's hot, it's like, okay, we can handle the heat. It's the humidity that makes it, that's the problem that makes it worse. Well, in the wintertime, it's like, okay, cold is one thing, but when you factor in the wind, it really goes right through you, right? We have a wind right now at 16 miles per hour, so it's making it feel like it's in the single digits, and that's pretty much what it's going to feel like all day long. Temperatures will come down a degree or two, then it'll settle into the low to mid 20s this afternoon, and the wind will stay busy all day long as well. We should see a fair amount of sunshine today. The hill towns, higher terrain, will be mostly cloudy. But temperatures today will not come up a whole lot. In the mid-20s will do it. We will have some clouds mixing in, especially this afternoon into the evening, and maybe just a flurry or two. Then overnight tonight, kind of more of the same. The wind might be a little bit lighter, and temperatures will be back down or should settle into the teens. Tomorrow, cold and windy again. By Friday afternoon, things will start to ease. So we have an area of low pressure in eastern Canada and high pressure off to our west. So that squeeze play is on, atmosphere trying to balance itself out. And it does that by creating wind. And that wind has been whipping out of the west-northwest. Will do so today and tomorrow. 21 is your temperature in Springfield and Albany, Boston right now at 22. New York City and Philadelphia in the mid-20s with those gusty breezes coming in out of the northwest. Winds today will gust about 35 in the valley, but perhaps up to 50 in elevated areas, and that's where there is a wind advisory that remains in effect until tonight. So cold and windy today and tomorrow. The cold eases. Now a cold start Friday morning, but by the afternoon there's less wind, decent amount of sunshine, and temperatures will come up above freezing. So it'll feel pretty nice here by Friday afternoon. And then the weekend arrives, and we've been talking about the potential for a storm over the weekend, but we've also been seeing as we get closer to it, it is looking less and less likely, and that does appear to be the case. It does not look like a snowstorm for us. I mean, we may have a few snow showers from some energy coming in from the west. That would be Friday night into Saturday morning. Areas in the south, though, places like Little Rock, Arkansas could pick up 3 or 4 inches of snow, maybe Tupelo, Mississippi, a couple of inches, Memphis and Nashville. You know, occasionally they get storms like this, and it looks like this will be the case with another storm system that's going to stay to the south. It'll weaken as it heads towards D.C. and the nation's capital, but they could pick up a little bit of snowfall as well. So this now is Friday night into Saturday. The bulk of the storm system is off to our south. We'll have some snow showers moving through during that time frame into Saturday morning with maybe some scattered coatings, but just about all models now take this storm system and push it out to sea. And it makes sense with that flow coming in out of the northwest. It deflects everything out to sea. So in terms of snow totals, we're not talking about much here, maybe just some coatings Friday night into Saturday morning. And Saturday, temperatures actually come up into the mid-30s. So today and tomorrow in the mid-20s with wind chills probably peaking out around 10 today, maybe 10 to 15 tomorrow. And then Friday, it's still breezy, but it's not as strong. The wind will be lighter, decent amount of sun, and high temperatures in the afternoon, topping off in the mid-30s. So feel like temperatures today, yeah, between about 5 and 10 above. Feel like temperatures tomorrow, same deal, probably about 10 to 15, so maybe not quite as harsh. And then by Friday, it's breezy, but temperatures are up a bit, and it's not quite as strong. The wind is not as intense, so feel like temperatures coming up into the 20s, and so cold eases for Friday and as we head into the weekend and the beginning part of next week, but no big storms are indicated at this point, just temperatures either at or below normal over the next several days. All right, that's your forecast. We'll have more weather in just a couple minutes. Amanda, over to you.
All right.